for us. Jess Cunnington, thank you very much. Yep. Looking very fashionable as she gets ready for the Met Gala. All right, let's get to the other big event tonight, because you've got the first Monday in May, it's the Met Gala, but tonight it's Game 1 between the Knicks and Sixers in the Eastern Conference semifinals, round 2 of the playoffs. John Chandler is outside the Garden right now. Look, John, I know sometimes Knicks players show up at the Met Gala. I think Knicks fans are happy that they will not be allowed to go to the Met Gala tonight. They've got a more important business.
Yeah, they got to go to work. They got to go to work tonight. And work is the emphasis. This is going to be hard work, this series between the Knicks and the Sixers. Obviously, it's New York, Philly. I mean, what more could you ask for? And this was going to set up to be the Knicks against a rival and New York against a rival either way, whether it was Philadelphia or Boston. The fact that the Sixers, a 7 seed, knocked off the 2nd-seeded Celtics, I mean, that's big, and that says everything about just how difficult this Philadelphia team is going to be. Joel Embiid had a huge game on Saturday night. We watched it on NBC. We're going to see tonight's game here on NBC4 as well. And, Coop, I go back 2 years, the last time these two met in the playoffs, that first-round series between the Knicks and the Sixers. I've covered a lot of playoff basketball over my years. That's as entertaining and exhausting a series as I can remember being a part of and being around. And I would expect much more of the same tonight when it gets started with Game 1. This is going to be fascinating, but it lays out for the Knicks, if they can get past the Sixers, to get to the finals. The path is there for them. It is now or never for this Knicks team to get to the finals.
And look, the Sixers, they're underdogs in this. The Knicks are favored, I think, 7.5 tonight. But we just saw the Sixers. They were underdogs every game against the Celtics, and they won 3 in a row. We cannot take this team lightly.
Yeah, no, Boston was up 3-1, and obviously losing Jason Tatum, that hurt them a little bit. But this Philadelphia team thrives on being the underdog. You already hear Joel Embiid with a message to his fans in Philly for when they get there for games 3 and 4. He says, don't give up your tickets, because you know New Yorkers are going to pay anything to try and get into Philadelphia for those games. And
wait, I'm glad you brought that up.
He says, no, don't give up your ground, you know? So already that angst between these two teams and two fan bases is there.
I'm so glad you brought it up. We were just talking about that. I want everyone to see this clip. Here is Joel Embiid, the Sixers star, and he had a little message for fans, because New York fans, they like to come strong down to Philly. Here it is.
Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like this was Madison Square Garden East. So we're gonna need the support. Don't sell your tickets. We need you guys. We got a pretty good chance. We're gonna need our support. We're gonna need them to be extremely loud. If you need money, I got you.
Classic. I got to say, Joel Embiid is built for a series like this. I mean, he embraces being the villain in a way that Reggie Miller did, in a way that Trae Young did against the Knicks, and to an extent, C.J. McCollum last round. So, Joel Embiid's not going to be intimidated by this building and the fans inside of it. He's going to thrive on that.
And then I saw this note, John, that the Sixers are really trying to do this to stop the Knicks fans from buying tickets. Yeah. They're only allowing credit card addresses in the Philly area to purchase tickets for the home games.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, because, Knicks fans, New Yorkers, we're a crafty bunch. They're going to find a workaround, I guarantee you.
Also, it's the resale market, right? The Knicks fans are like, we'll gladly spend the money, and then the Philly fans will gladly make the money. That's the issue. That is always the issue.
That is a big issue. And, Knicks fans are going to find a way. And I think the Knicks find a way to win this series. But the home team lost all the games during the regular season between these two. So it's a hard series to figure out. Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the difference for the Knicks.
That's a good call. Yeah, the offense, we know about Brunson, but Karl Anthony Towns needs to step it up, carry the Knicks into the conference finals. And we got Game 1, 8 o'clock.